check out all the rad stuff that I got over the last few months.
All I need are some tasty waves, cool buzz, and I'm fine.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Graham, and back with another video. I feel that I hadn't done one of these in a long time. When I first started the channel, I would do kind of like some thrifting or garage selling videos, but I didn't really want my channel to be about that. I wanted it to be about the 80s, 70s, 80s, and early 90s nostalgia that I like to collect and kind of how I go about doing it. So over the last few months, well, I'm buying stuff every week, but I've kind of put together a video of the last few months of stuff that I've gotten for not just the collection room, but also music, media, electronics, and whatnot. So without further ado, let's get into it. So got a bunch of vinyl here that I've gotten that are pretty awesome. Steve Miller, he's actually coming to San Antonio in a few months. Got a Loverboy album. Got another Steve Miller album. And just on a side note, these are either thrifted, Facebook Marketplace, or say CD Exchange in San Antonio, where they have kind of the cheap bin, and I go through them and I look for them, which is actually where that one came from. Got a Led Zeppelin album. It's got my favorite song that they do, and that's Kashmir. Another Loverboy. Got this at the flea market. Rick Springfield, Jesse's Girl, right? Actually got these yesterday with Roth over at Roth G Films, who's behind the camera right now, but Jay Giles Band. Which actually, you know what? This is what makes stuff cool, is this album, the way you get to it, I don't know if you can see that, Roth, is you have to pull it out, you have to take the phone off, and then the record's inside that sleeve right there. So that's pretty cool. Can't do that with streaming music, right? Got the Jay Giles Band, another one. Got Eddie Money. And if you notice, I just wanted to point out real quickly, I have the sleeves on here that I protect all of the outer record sleeves. And say some of these older ones here, I also, if you pull these out, and on that one's printed, if you pull them out and they're ugly yellow brown sleeves, I also replace everything with white sleeves and then a protective cover. So actually, I have a link in the description below. I use to clean with my with all of my vinyl, my brush, solution, and whatnot. And if you pick up on that, that's my cat that's meowing through the door because I won't let him in. And then these are the outer protective sleeves that I use, and then the paper sleeves that I use. So something that you're interested in, it is in my Amazon affiliate link. Check that out in the description below. Okay, on to some other media. These are some cassettes I actually just got yesterday from it's a lady's store that she sells a lot of the stuff that was from her family. So got the Black Crowes, Molly Hatchet, a couple 70s and 80s rock mix cassettes, Dire Straits, and then MC Hammer. And then along with that, I got a couple more of these storage cases that you put your cassettes in. Interesting, because I have tons of ones that are the fake wood grain. So actually, this is my first one that is black. So pretty cool. All right, next section. I'm just going to call this just kind of random stuff that you don't know that you want until you see it. So we saw this at a flea market. It's a little ice bucket. Pringles. Probably will never use it. I've actually had it up on my shelf for a couple months already. Super clean. Just, again, didn't even know it existed. Don't know why it existed. But if you want to have ice and you want to have it in a Pringles bucket, then there you go. So, and then onto some glassware. Now up here, you can see that I do collect some glassware from time to time when I see it. And this is the McDonald's Batman one, and some Looney Tunes, and some jelly jars, and of course Smurfs. So we came across these. Again, I knew they existed because I've seen them on, I think it's Retro Rick's channel and his collection. So my wife came across these. So it's the Flintstone mugs from McDonald's, I think in 1993, I might. And like I said, I Don't know where I'm going to put them yet. They might be over there somewhere. But these two are the same with the Flintstones logo on there. I think they're just cool how they're frosted, and the little handles are, that's, I guess, the elephant, whatever you call it, the woolly mammoth, and then bone handles. So that's pretty cool. And then growing up in Texas, you know, we all are normally Dallas Cowboys fans, and I am. Don't know why I still am, because they absolutely suck. But the cool thing with being my age is I actually remember when they won the Super Bowls with Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, and Michael Irvin. So haven't seen them win since. So, but back in the day, we used to have a team called the Houston Oilers.
Houston has the Oilers, the greatest football team. We take the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen.
Oilers, and of course, those of you that are NFL people know that they sold to and became the Tennessee Titans, and then several years went by, and then they created the Houston Texans, which I don't really care for. But anytime I come across some Oilers memorabilia, I like to collect it just because I know they don't exist anymore. And when I was a kid, I was actually a fan of the Oilers as well. So just found some glassware. Obviously, it's a guy, because I bought all this at one lot. It was from a storage room. So obviously, the gentleman or person that had these was an Oilers fan as well. So just bought all the Oilers glasses. So yeah, these two are the same. Got two of those. And then these two are the same. And then got a Pilsner glass here, or I guess a Coca-Cola glass, right? And then this other one here, which I guess, yeah, three of them that are the same. And my favorite's the only one I have in this one. I think it's pretty cool. It's frosted, little glass with the mobile oil on there. So again, I've got to make room for them in here. Not sure where I'm going to put them, but definitely going to put them in the collection. All right, so moving on over to the VHS collection. I literally have no more room in here, so I've got now the little drawers that I have there. I have some in here. I have a little holder over there. And so, yeah, I got to make more room for them. Movie I absolutely love. Glengarry Glen Ross. Of course, this is the perfect time to drop in the most famous quote from the movie.
Put that coffee down. Coffee's for closers only.
Right? Do you agree? So if you've seen this movie, drop a comment and let me know you've seen it, because it's I watched it with my wife again. I've watched it plenty of times. I'm a salesman, right? So I love this movie. My wife, she really didn't like it at all, but great freaking movie. Flatliners, watched this with Roth the other day. Super cool movie. I actually bought it first on Laserdisc, and I think it has disc rot. It wouldn't work. And then luckily found it at the thrift store for like 50 cents. And then yesterday, found all three of the Pink Panthers on VHS at a thrift store. So, see that? Absolutely love those movies. Then I didn't know, you know, I do have a section here somewhere with Keenan Ivory Wayans. I think, yeah, right over here. But movie Most Wanted, haven't. If I've seen it, I don't remember. So I'll look forward to watching that one again. Arthur, the original Arthur with Dudley Moore, great movie. The Punisher, and I know I have this on DVD. I couldn't remember if I had it on VHS, but when you come across this one at the thrift store, I just if again I have it, I'll probably just sell it on eBay. And then last but not least, I have this Marvel cartoon, 8 disc, each one featuring their own movie, which I think is pretty cool. Each one, Thor, Iron Man, Avengers, the Hulk, Planet Hulk, and then Doctor Strange. You'll probably watch Doctor Strange first because he's my favorite. So again, if I didn't mention this, most of the time that I'm buying all this stuff, I'm buying a lot of other stuff too that I sell on my eBay store, because I don't have a total, but I would say the majority of stuff in this room is paid for by thrifting. So when I'm out, I'm buying for myself, but then I almost always find something else that I know that somebody else is going to want. Turn around, I flip it on eBay. So I don't necessarily do eBay for a living to make a profit. I literally do eBay to basically pay for my collection. So there's typically, by the end of the day, there's zero investment into these. Again, if this is the type of content that you like, the nostalgia, the thrill of the hunt, the collection, consider subscribing to the channel. I got 98% of you guys that watch my videos, and there's a few of them that have done quite well. 98% of y'all are not subscribed to the channel. Why not? Do it. Okay, into the next section, but before I get into that, I forgot to mention that Roth got me this too. So it's season 1 of Magnum PI. Kind of sucks how Amazon works out. I was watching it. We were already into season 4, I think 8 seasons. And then from one day to the next, Amazon's like, oh, you want to pay $2.99 per episode? So didn't get to finish watching the entire series. I watched it as a kid. Absolutely loved it. Even dressed up as Tom Selleck for an 80s concert thing we went to, and I'll drop a link. I did a really bad job. That is a real mustache, by the way. But you just can't ever match Tom Selleck's mustache, man. So anyway, so on to the next thing. It's kind of a random toy / collection. When I was out of state one time, I saw this at a comic book store, and it was $35 or $40. It's the Cobra Kai card game. I didn't wind up getting it, and then I was at Walmart the other day, and I always walk by the clearance section, and this was just sitting there for $11. So I said, why not? We'll put it up in the collection. And then out of state as well, I went to this toy store and found this. They were like, I didn't know they existed, because if you know, up there, I have all of my Cobra Kai stuff. That whole wall right there is all the Karate Kid Cobra Kai stuff, from the 90s Remco toys to the releases of when Cobra Kai came out up there, and then the original 80s ones up there. So anyway, when I saw this, it looks like a VHS. And then when you open it up, it's got Johnny Lawrence in there, Mr. Will Zabka, which, you know, is my favorite character. What do you think, Roth? Remember that? Remember that right there? That's Roth in a little Spider-Man outfit with Will Zabka when he got to meet him as well. So that was really cool. On that same out-of-state trip, once again, something I didn't know existed, a Bill and Ted comic book. So it's kind of trashed out, got some pencil marks and stuff on it, but, you know, that is pretty awesome, or as we should say.
Excellent!
Then I got to cover this up. If you didn't know, TV Guide still exists. It's only like $20 a year, pretty cheap. And so when the new Shogun came out, when it was about to come out, I got this in the mail, which if you haven't watched that series, it's pretty freaking awesome. I watched all of them. Absolutely amazing series. So since I got this in the mail, the one time that I go to eBay is I had to go and have the original, because I remember watching this series with my mom in 1980. I was 6 years old, going on 7 years old when that came out. And so now, like I said, I have both TV guides for Shogun. All right, next up is some cards that I didn't know existed either. A couple packets of Roger Rabbit trading cards, and then 2 Ninja Turtle ones. I don't know, do you think I should open them up and see what's in them? Or do you think I should open them up and eat the gum that's still in there? If you do, let me know down in the comments below, and I'll do it. I'll do it on camera. Look, even when that gum was new, it still tasted like ass. So, you know, I can't imagine it's going to taste any worse. Then we found these new tags at a toy store out of state of Ren and Stimpy. Still got the tags on them. Absolutely love that cartoon. And then at that same toy store, I found an original Battle Cat. So not the remakes that you get at Walmart, but the original ones that I'm going to keep over there with my Castle Grayskull. And that whole little VHS wood cabinet there is going to be a project in a future video. It's going to be pretty badass. And then, not to leave out clothing, nope, that just fell. I found at a Buffalo Exchange this Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Met this guy out of town the other day that does retro shows in San Antonio, and it actually has a lot of the cast coming to San Antonio, I think in June or July, and I'm definitely going to do a video on that. Me and Roth will be there for sure. And then got this at the thrift store for $1 the other day. Just a basic Marvel t-shirt. I think it's a little too big for me, but I'll probably wear it as a sleep shirt. But I like the old 60s and 70s versions of the characters. And last but not least, got to save the best for last. This is the Xbox One that I winded up getting from the cameraman. I don't know. I think I paid a little too much. He was gifted. He was gifted, and it comes with skate. He was gifted a what do you call it? Xbox. You can speak. It's fine. Series S. Okay. So the one that doesn't actually take physical media. Like there's no physical media in this. Maybe that means it's stuck in there. So anyway, I paid him $75 for it. His sister had gifted him her original Switch, and for the last 3 or 4 months, he never had any games on it. So I paid him $75 for this to put over to the collection down there to go with all of the other gaming systems that I have. It'll be in that bottom left corner down there next to the Xbox 360 and my PS3. So anyway, I paid him $75 for that. He was able to go out to GameStop and buy, Street Fighter for his Switch. So he made a little bit of money on it, and now, now I can start collecting another console that I don't play games on. So again, if you made it to the end of the video this long, I really appreciate it. Again, if this type of content that you like, please consider subscribing to the channel, like the video, share it, and drop a comment below of what your favorite item was, or if you thought everything sucked. So until next time, we'll see you on the next video.